Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with the team here on SA Today. Now, the South African Human Rights Commission has confirmed that it will institute legal proceedings against Springbok log Eben Etzebeth in the Equality Court this coming Friday. The Western Province rugby star has been accused of racially abusing a fellow patron at a pub in Langebaan in August this year. For more on the story now, we have on the line the Commission spokesperson, Buang Jones. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Jones. Thank you so much for coming through. Maybe firstly, take us back to this particular incident that happened in August.
Well, we received a formal complaint from the residents of Langebaan in the West Coast following an altercation with Mr. Eben Etzebeth and others who at the time were at a pub called the Watergat in the West Coast. And following receipt of this complaint, we then conducted a preliminary assessment. Initially, we had wanted to conduct an investigation, but after careful consideration, we've decided to institute proceedings in the Equality Court, given the seriousness of the allegations and the nature of the allegations that have been made by the complainant in this matter.
But has the Commission engaged with Etzebeth perhaps before deciding on instituting these legal proceedings?
Well, we don't require or need permission from Mr. Etzebeth to institute proceedings in the Equality Court. We are an impartial body. Our role in this matter is to secure appropriate redress for victims of unfair discrimination. Mr. Etzebeth is alleged to have used the derogatory and defamatory racial slur hot knot, and we would like the Equality Court to pronounce on this. We would like the court to provide appropriate relief to the complainant in this matter. We are looking for a number of things. Firstly, monetary compensation, an unconditional public apology, a restraining order. We also like to see Mr. Etzebeth being prosecuted for this, and we will also assist the complainant in this matter to launch a civil suit for pain and suffering, for emotional and psychological harm, which he experienced as a result of this incident. He also sustained injuries. And tomorrow I'll be addressing the community in Langebaan to report back on how we have dealt with this matter and what we intend doing going forward, including the filing of this application on Friday at the Springbok Magistrates Court. It is the view of the complainant in this matter that Mr. Etzebeth should be recalled from the World Cup. He shouldn't be an ambassador of South Africa, given the seriousness of these allegations, given the scourge of racism in South Africa. The utterances that are attributed to him are unpardonably painful, hurtful, disparaging, and demeaning. And we are demanding justice for the complainant in this matter, and we'll do our utmost to ensure that this is done. We've already been in touch with the South African Police Service to ensure that the matter is reassigned to another investigating officer. We will also be engaging with the NPA to also support the prosecution of Mr. Etzebeth in this matter.
Yeah.
And on Friday, after the filing, we'll also host a press conference to announce the next steps in this matter.
And we know that on previous occasions he has said that he has denied, in fact, the allegations. As you rightfully said, that he's currently in Japan with the Springboks at the World Cup, the Rugby World Cup. Has he been notified? Have you perhaps heard anything from him?
Well, we have heard from his lawyers because initially the position was that we would investigate, but we've reconsidered our position. And on Friday, the clerk of the court will formally inform Mr. Etzebeth's lawyers And we hope that the South African Rugby will do the right thing by recalling him from the World Cup so that he should come back and face these charges and in South Africa, because we think that those who are at the World Cup should be people who espouse and represent South African values. And given the seriousness of these allegations, we don't think that Mr. Etzebeth should be an ambassador of rugby, should be an ambassador of South Africa at a World Cup in an international platform, on an international platform. So we think that SA Rugby should urgently recall him from the World Cup and replace him with another player so that he can come back home and face the civil action, the hate speech application which will institute on Friday, and to also cooperate with the police as they have also started their own investigations into this matter.
All right, we'll leave it at that. The South African Human Rights Commission's Buang Jones on the line with us, talking to us about the commission confirming that it will institute legal proceedings against Springbok lock Eben Etzebeth. That case, of course, will take place at the Equality Court this coming Friday.